This is Daily Dose of Darryl, Viewer's Digest from the Peebles Motivation Bureau, bringing you something positive, personal, and professional every day. This is Season 3, Episode 29, April 22nd through 28th, 2024, entitled, Understanding. Richard Lacy Duck Jr. gave me the honor of interviewing him at the Glencoe Village Textile Museum right here in Alamance County. He has a unique background and heritage connected to this area. During this interview, you will learn more about not only this area and his relatives, but I hope you'll take the time to let understanding be the theme for the entire week. If we will watch this short video each day during the week and reflect on our own background and our understanding of our own lives and history, perhaps we will come to a better understanding of how we are connected to each other and how we need to learn more about where we came from in order to understand more about where we can go together.
Richard Lacy Duck Jr. This is part of the North Carolina Heritage Museum in Glencoe Mills, out here in North Carolina. Very museum voted to the textile heritage of North Carolina. One time by the Holtz and later on by the Green family. My grandfather, Richard Hill Duck, was their domestic servant and graduated to more confidant. This where we're sitting now was my grandfather's quarters, an African-American servant and confidant between the Holtz and the Greens, who owned the place. And they actually built this on. They valued his service and his friendship so much, where they actually built these quarters onto the general store for him to stay, which is pretty prestigious as an African-American back then in the early 1900s. In Mr. Holt's diaries, he was treasured and revered affectionately by Mr. Holt. Later on, when he got married to my grandmother, Lulabelle Duck, he had to move out of here, but they actually built him a house between the Holt and the Green. Mr. Green married one of the daughters, between the Holts and the Greens, and they had some special, we're still exploring, communication level where they could call on him at any time. He often did. Later on, when my grandfather passed deceased, my father took over the duties, and he was summoned to World War II. He served in the Philippines in the Quartermaster Corps in the Army, and my aunt Lily, she took over here. So the history of my family and Glencoe Mills goes. But my grandfather here, Richard, he was Richard Hill Sr. A lot of people don't know, but the city of Burlington actually sits on land of my grandfather. Now, my grandmother, Lulabelle Duck, his wife, was part African-American and part Occaneechi, Saponi Indian. My mother's side, and Bartimus and Katie Jeffers, were Occaneechi Indian and affiliated with Martin's Chapel and Jeffrey's Cross around here. Churches which took a lot of the place of the tribal councils, along with the Mason Lodge, when during the Jim Crow era, councils and so forth were banned, even powwows. They couldn't even have a powwow. I'm blessed to trace my family on my father's side all the way back to Richard Hill Sr. was a free man, to his sister who played with Kizzy, if anybody recalls Roots, was Kunta Kinte's daughter. A lot of people don't realize that they bought Kunta Kinte in Alex Haley's book here to Alamance County. Ruby Dee played Kizzy, his daughter. That was my aunt's, great aunt's playmate. She talks here, tapes in the museum, something about having a friend, and her father was an African, and he was always trying to run away, and they cut off his foot. And that was up the road from here. On my mother's side, I can trace back from Occaneechi to Louis, I think it was King Louis XIV, papers back to France during the colonies, speaking of the Occaneechi and the tribe that was helping him inhabit the fort. Before this country was the United States of America. It was a country for us, the indigenous people, but it later became the United States of America. So I can trace before this country was this country, and to slavery and so forth. And that is a very significant part of America. A lot of American history is taught through European perspective. We all have to know each other's perspectives and each other's stories in empathy of understanding each other, so America moves forward to the land and ideal that was promised and so forth. It's a lot of the pendulum is swinging. The moral arch of the universe often bends towards justice. But we have to be arch benders. And knowing each other's history, the true history of America, it shouldn't be so much as a critical racial philosophy as it should be a critical truth philosophy. So we know the truth. In 17 years of serving this country in the United States Air Force and Desert Storm veteran, I fought for the right for all of us to have individuals. I've seen a lot of the world. It is not a perfect country, but it is the best one I've seen, and an opportunity to become perfect. Becoming a perfect country has to reflect in the people. You have to find perfect people. Well, I often joke with my host here, who is the Reverend. We were joking just outside. Well, there was only one perfect person, and we crucified him. You know, so knowing and understanding each other kind of adheres to not just the title of my book, Searching My Past to Find My Future. We have to search each other's past and know the truth to find the future of America and to find the future of America for us all. Unlike religion, politics, and love, you don't have to believe in the truth. The truth is what is. And if you don't build on what is, then you're building on fantasy and perception.
And so, what a great background. What a blend of families. We're all a part of a great big family of created people who need to get to know more about each other and where we all came from, so we can build together and be together. The truth is what is. Build on truth, not fantasy. Understanding each other's story and journey is important for our mutual benefit. This is darrylpeebles, the man behind the microphone, bringing you something positive each day from the Peebles Motivation Bureau, both positive, personal, and professional. Remember, there are 3 divisions: digital, real life, and print. But in the digital, we have not only the YouTube channel, but the website, Zoom events, and much more. In the real life, we do pulpit supply, funerals, weddings, magic shows, keynote speakers, and more. And in the print division, not only books, but magazine articles, newspapers, and custom artwork. Locally ordered books from me can get signatures and special discount. This one is already out and about, helping others. Churches and pastors have special discounts. I appreciate you, your ideas and support. Keep them coming. These are other areas that I might be able to help you, and these are my contact points. This is Daily Dose of Darryl, responding to the free and gracious gift of God. I am using humor, the art of illusion, modern technology, and decades of serving God and communities to work every day to uncover the beauty in all people and experiences coming my way, endeavoring to educate, entertain, and inspire. Each dose on this channel can help move us toward a better, healthier, and more informed mind, body, and spirit. I'm excited to be a small part of the expanding of our capacity to learn, love, and forgive, and together leave this world a better place for all. God bless you.